Hello, my name is Laurie Jonas, and I run a platform called Living Marvelously, where I help midlife women rediscover their purpose, their passion, and their joy through spiritual and personal growth tools. And one of the tools that I believe is really important and one that is easily accessible is to find quotes, words that other people have spoken that can help put things in perspective, that can help us see things from a different perspective. Something I recently wrote on my platform is some new beginning quotes. New beginning quotes might be the little nudge you need to start fresh and really create a life that truly lights you up. Because why else are we living unless we're living a life that truly lights us up? So, have you ever looked at your life and thought, this isn't quite it? Maybe something looks fine on the outside, your house is in order, your career is on track, the family's doing well, but something inside is quietly whispering or yelling, there's more to life. Well, friend, let me remind you of something powerful. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. That is a quote from C.S. Lewis. So, whether you're in your 40s, your 50s, 60s, or beyond, you are not too late. You're not too tired, too behind, or too old to start over. You are right on time. There's this cultural myth that reinvention is a young person's game, but you know what? That's ridiculous. In fact, I believe midlife is the perfect time to pivot. You've gotten to a point where you've done all those things the world is asking you to do, and now it's just you. You get to do what you want to do. You've got the experience, you've got the wisdom, and you've made it through some hard things. And maybe most importantly, you know what you don't want anymore, which can be even as important as what you do want. So there's another quote by George Eliot that says, it's never too late to be who you might have been. So is there somebody you have wanted to be for a long time? Well, it's not too late to be that person. If that quote doesn't stir something inside you, check your pulse. I've spent years trying to find the right path. I've tried being who I thought others expected me to be, a good daughter, a good wife, a hard worker, a supportive friend, someone who quietly did what she was supposed to do. And while all those roles have value, I realized somewhere along the way I'd really misplaced me. So rediscovering my own joy and purpose in midlife didn't happen in a flash of lightning. In fact, I'm still working on it, but it comes slowly with tiny decisions to listen to my intuition, to follow my curiosity, to be intentional, and to believe that something more is waiting for me. And guess what? It is. So if you're standing on the edge of change, wondering whether to leap, here's your nudge. Actually, here's a few. Number one, give yourself permission. You don't need anyone else's approval to start again, not your partner, not your kids, or your best friend. This is your life. What do you want to make of it? A quote from Meister Eckhart. And suddenly you know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. Number two, follow the pull, not the push. A new beginning isn't about forcing yourself into another should. It's about paying attention to what feels light, what feels joyful, what feels aligned, even if it doesn't make sense yet. One of the things that I love to teach as well is you got to have some trust. You got to have some faith. You got to listen to your inner being and trust what's coming up. Go after some of those things and trust also the timing of when you do that. This is a hard lesson that I've been learning, that I can't push and force things. I need to trust when the time is right. Listen to those nudges. Number three, start small, but start. One new choice, a small step, or one honest conversation with yourself can be the catalyst to some big things. Every day is a chance to begin again. So don't focus on the failures of yesterday. Start today with positive thoughts and expectations. A quote from Catherine Pulsifer. Positive thoughts and expectations can be one of those small steps because it's just turning a belief around, a belief that maybe has dictated how you live your life. And if you've decided that's not how you want to live anymore, so you change that. That's one small step that could change the trajectory of your life. So here's the beautiful part. You are not starting from nothing. You're starting from experience. You're bringing everything you've lived, learned, and loved into this next season. So maybe it's launching a new creative project, you're traveling somewhere new, you're going back to school, starting a business, or maybe finally writing that book. Maybe it's simply saying, I choose me. No matter how hard the past, you can always begin again. Buddha. So go ahead, pivot, shift, dream, begin. Because living marvelously is about staying in place. It's about becoming more you with every step forward. So here's a few more new beginnings quotes that I've found. Isn't it nice to think that tomorrow is a new day with no mistakes in it yet? L.M. Montgomery. I hope you realize that every day is a fresh start for you, that every sunrise is a new chapter in your life waiting to be written. Wanson Dizan. The beginning is always today. Mary Shelley. A sunrise is God's way of saying, let's start again. Todd Stocker. Isn't that a beautiful one? You can get up early enough to see the sunrise. If you live in a place where you can see the sunrise every day, oh, what a blessing. Never underestimate the power you have to take your life in a new direction. Germany, Kent. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Seneca. Sometimes you have to kind of die inside in order to rise from your own ashes and believe in yourself and love yourself to become a new person. Gerard Way. Sometimes it's not about trying to fix something that's broken. Sometimes it's about starting again and building something new, something better. Lisa Raven. Life is a process, just one thing after another. When you lose it, just start again. Richard Carlson. There comes that moment when you realize that there are no more chapters left in the book of your current life, and it's time to start a new book. Malebo Sofadi. So, which new beginning quote speaks to your soul today? I'd love to hear which one you're tucking into your heart as you begin something new. So, to new beginnings and the magic that's going to follow with you taking those baby steps into the future. And if you're feeling the nudge to start fresh, human design is a beautiful place to begin. It offers insight into how you're uniquely wired to thrive, how you make decisions, where you shine, and what truly aligns with your spirit. It's been a game changer for me in my life. And as a human design guide, I'd love to walk you through your chart and show you what it reveals about your energy, your purpose, and your next steps. Because you might not even know that you are behaving in ways that aren't aligned with your design. So your new beginning might just start here. I'll leave a link below for you to connect with me on human design. But if you've enjoyed this video, I'd love if you could give it a like, if you could subscribe, or even make a comment. I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.